let's do this one more time. So, first things first, editing mode, you'll need op permissions on whatever server you're on, or just enable cheats on your world. You can go into LAN and do that if you need to. So you just click that, and then you can start creating stuff. Anyway, first we're gonna go into our keybinds. So this, I'm not gonna show everything, but I'll show a couple of keybinds, some useful ones, just to speed things up when you are creating your own quest tabs. So anyway, here, make a chapter group. I'm gonna call it Fire because I'm awesome. So that's your chapter group, and then you can create a chapter. I'm gonna call it Fart 1 because I'm just double as awesome. And then you can right click and create a quest. So first of all, we're gonna get rid of this and we're gonna get rid of that because we don't need them. I have it all set up here. So we'll go into quest types. So check mark. You've definitely seen this if you've played like any like FTB mod pack, like Stone Block or something like that. You just check it and you claim your reward if there is any. Advancement. So I forgot to take that advancement away from me because this is not my first time. So anyway, we're going to just go in here and we're going to give ourselves a cheeky little diamond. Right, so now we get the advancement. I've just opened my team. We get the advancement, diamonds, and that is it. Alright, so now I'm going to get a zombie spawn egg, and I'm going to give myself strength. So I'm going to give myself strength, and the reason for that is our next quest is killing. So I'm going to spawn a zombie. Oh, what the fuck? Okay, the zombie has a stand. We're going to ignore that. Don't worry about it. So anyway, we're going to continue. That has been claimed. So now we're going to go into submission tasks. Alright, so now I have a white wool in my inventory. I click onto this, I submit it, and it takes the item from my inventory. And how you set that up is, so you set this up, you go into here, right click the white wool, edit, and then consume items equals true. You can also set this up in your chapter group. Oh, hang on, sorry. Why? Okay, never. Oh yeah, sorry. I was editing the chapter. In your chapter, you can set things to repeatable, and you can set the default task into consume items. You can make that your default. You can also hide your chapter, and you can hide dependency lines. Anyway, we'll get to that. So now, repeatable quests. I'd use these for like bounties, stuff like that. So like killing 4 zombies gives you a loot, gives you some sort of like loot bag, and then you can repeat doing that for renewable loot. Anyway, so I submit this, I can get my zombie soul from that, I guess, and then I can continue submitting it. Anyway, so that's your repeatable quests. Now, energy. How you set these up is you get a, task screen. Wait, what's the? There you go. You get a task screen from FTB Quests. Not too bad to craft. You can use JAI for that. And then for this one, 199 FE. So then, just tap that, and it'll go up. And there we go. We've completed that task. Anyway, so observe is when you look at a certain block. There you go. So I look at the stone block, it's kind of completed. Anyway, dimensions. So all the sort of visit things, I've decided to put into the same one, so I should get them all in one. I might have to leave the village and go back. So anyway, dimension, you can set that to any dimension. I'll show you here. So I have plenty of dimensions here, but yeah, so I've set to overworld. Did not mean to do that, but yeah, set it to overworld. For this one, plains biome, and for this one, I've set it to village. So you just go into here. So for find structure, you just find whatever it is you want. You can search. So I just looked at village, and then it found plains village. Anyway, so now we're gonna teleport. It completes those 2 quests, and the last one. There we go. I didn't even have to go back. A little frame drop there. It's fine. Teleport. Right. Anyway, let's get into making loot bags. So just gonna collect all these. Anyway, so I've already made a test bag here. I'll just make another test bag, test 2. Oop. Anyway, so normally how I do it, go item, and you can list it via your inventory. This is what I normally do, and then you can do it really handily. I'll show you in a sec. What you can do for JAI, so those are obtainable items with crafting recipes or otherwise, just obtainable in survival anyway. And then everything. So these are unobtainable. So like operator items, like command block. Never mind, command block didn't show up, but you get the idea. Anyway, so for this, what I normally do is I go by inventory, and then I can just double click both times, get my loot bag all the way filled out, all beautifully. You can then set how often you want something to show up in your loot bag by editing the weight. So that is 0.10, so it's a 2.44% chance, as opposed to the rest, which have a weight of 1, so they are 24.39% chances. Anyway, if we go to this one as well, you can set it to only 1. So if the item is in your inventory, then it doesn't give you the item. So we're going to accept that. Well, I'm going to cancel anyway, discard this test bag. Anyway, so we're going to go back over here. So loot. So this is just the item reward. So you just choose an item. So without using a loot bag at all. Then choice, you get to choose from your selected loot table what item you want. All table reward, it gives you everything unless the item is only 1, in which if you have it in your inventory, it doesn't give it to you. Now, random, it'll give it to you and tell you at the top left what you got, but that's it. Loot, so if you've played, again, like an FTB mod pack most of the time, this is probably what you'll see. It'll show you the screen displaying what you got. Right? XP, so you can reward 100 XP. You can also do it with points, or not points, levels. The toast, to be honest, not sure what it does, but does something. I think you edit the description, but anyway, the command, so it'll run a command of your choice if my game doesn't freeze. There we go. So as you see in down the bottom left, you can see that it whispered to me. Anyway, dependencies. So if I click here, so control click to select something, right click, and then I can add this as a dependency, or I can make this dependent, or so this dependent on this, right? And then the same thing here, right click, and then if I add this as a dependency, this one that we're selecting here is now dependent on the other one, and it'll show the line there. You can do this for multiple, so I can add multiple dependencies. Same thing otherwise, I can make these two dependent on this. So yeah, and also then interdependent. So how I normally set up a quest line, if I have a long one going, I'll have my central one, my interdependent. So then I can just add this as oh shit, no, wrong way. I can add that as a dependency. So this is now dependent on that first one, and then I can add the selected as dependency. So this selection is now a dependency of dependent 6. Yeah. So hidden dependence. So how you set this up, you would select, right click, add as dependency, of course, and then you edit this one, and you hide the quest until dependencies are complete. So if I go over here and check this, now this becomes available to checkmark. Anyway, I'm just gonna complete everything here. So, oh, oopsie. Okay, so I can actually show you another keybind. So Control A to select everything, and Control B to unselect everything. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and checkmark all these, because normally what I'll do at the end of my quests, or well, in my quest lines, is I'll add a chapter completion button, with like a special loot item or something like that. I probably shouldn't have made these all tasks, but yeah. Anyway, we're going to check mark everything. Alright, so now this is our chapter completion. I like doing it. It just makes everything dependent, or it makes this dependent on everything to be completed. And then of course you can edit it. Well, to make it a different size, you click this. So 0 will be the chapter default as it says there. You can change the shape just by clicking and right clicking to cycle those. And you can also hide, wait, where is it? You can hide the dependency lines so then it looks all neat and tidy. Yeah, and then you can check mark this and it will complete your quest. Very nice and all. So anyway, you can also, so to add loot to, well, everything, Control A, you may have seen it before, right click, add reward to all, and then let's say I want an XP reward for all, I can give every single thing in this tab, in this quest tab, 25 XP to claim. I can do the same as well if I want a loot reward from our reward table. So Control D to unselect, and then it'll add those to everything. So you'll see from all the question mark, or from all the marks and all that stuff, that you get all of that. So pretty handy. Anyway, just gonna double check the notes. Yeah, seems like that's everything there. Yeah, thanks I guess for watching and all that garbage. If there's anything that you're still confused about, just leave a comment. I'll probably get to you. I watch quite a bit of YouTube, so yeah, I'll probably be there. But yeah, hope this helped. Hope the microphone isn't too bad. I did try to mix it a little better and all that garbage. But yeah, bye.